So this vlog is all about effective goal setting. I was just listening to a great study that looked at 3 groups of Harvard students. The first group set some goals at the start of the year or at the start of their studying semester, but they never returned to those goals. And what they meant by that, they never really tried to explore or pursue those goals with a system of daily accountability. The second group set monthly goals over the course of their semester, and the third group set daily goals. Some large goals that were for the long term, but then some daily goals that worked towards that. And what this study found was that the first group were completely ineffective at actually achieving their goals. So they created their goals once conceptually in their mind, maybe they wrote them down once, but then they never returned to them and they were completely ineffective. And the majority of people set goals like that. Around this time of year, we think about what do we want to achieve, and we start to try and create some goals around that, but then we never really create that accountability moving forward. The second group was slightly more effective. They set their goals every month, and that worked somewhat better at aligning them with what was important in their life and giving them some direction. But what's really interesting is the third group were so much more effective, statistically effective at setting and achieving their goals. So based on that, I wanted to create a little bit of a system for you guys that you might want to employ with your goal setting this year. So there's a model called SMART, and we've all heard of that. And I don't really want to address the SMART goal system because it's likely that at some point in time you've actually been presented with that kind of goal setting system. I want to present to you something different. It's called Be, Do, Have. And it's an interesting system because it makes you think slightly more globally about your life and what you're willing to sacrifice for the goals that you want. So to set this up, there's a little bit of a process. And the first process is setting what we call a mission statement. So a mission statement is kind of discussing your purpose, what's important in your life, what do you want to get out of your life. For me and the gym, it's creating an exceptional community that inspires, motivates, and educates each other. So that's a mission, that's a personal purpose per se. From there, what we want to try and do is set a 50-year goal. Now, if you're 50, that means you're 100. Maybe that's past your life, so it's actually setting a goal that you leave behind. And we call that a legacy. And this is really difficult for a lot of people. We have difficulty projecting ourselves in the future and imagining the life we want for ourselves. So it's a really valuable kind of exercise to actually start to think about what do we want in our life and how we're going to create that life. So first step, mission statement. Second step, 50-year goal. Next step is a 10-year goal. So moving forward, projecting life 10 years forward, start to create and start to think about what kind of life would you be liking to live in 10 years time. Maybe if you're 20, it's having a family at 30, or if you're 40, it's retiring, or if you're 50, it's kind of leaving a bit of a financial legacy for your family. So all these kind of things are important, and they'll differ from person to person. From your 10-year goal, you want to drop straight down to a 1-year goal. Now this is really important. This is what most people set is, by the next year, I want to be fitter, or I want to be have more money, or I want to save money, etc., etc. But these are relatively intangible. They're not quite concrete yet. And it's hard if we just set that goal to feel like we've actually accomplished it by the end. Because if you're fitter, how fit? Are you fitter than Cristiano Ronaldo, or did you want to be as fit as a rugby player? It wasn't quite tangible enough, not quite specific enough. So this is where Be, Do, Have comes in. When we want to set a goal, let's say we set 3 goals. One of them is around your fitness, and you want to be more specific and say, look, I would like to be a powerlifter, or I want to compete in my first powerlifting competition. That's what you want to be, and that's cool, you want to be a powerlifter. Then you've got to ask yourself, well, what am I willing to do to be a powerlifter? What am I willing to sacrifice? And that might be your nights out. That might be your bad eating habits. That might be a whole bunch of things that you're willing to do. That might be committing to a certain training strategy. That might be committing to a coach. So what are you willing to do, and what are you willing to sacrifice to be that person? And the have bit is then, what will that actually allow me to be or have? What will I have that I didn't have before? And that might be confidence, security, it might be structure in your life, it could be a whole bunch of different things. But the have is just important because that starts to align you with what you value in your life. So let's just go over that again. Be, do, have. If you want a goal, that's your be. What do you want to be? And then do, what are you willing to sacrifice and bring into your life and to adopt to make that happen? And have, what will that afford you? What will you be doing then that you don't currently have now? So when you set those goals, it's a really, really cool structure, and maybe a slightly more kind of conceptual structure than a SMART goal system, which is, you know, your specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. We've all heard that before, but it doesn't really make you think about how it will affect the rest of your life. So be to have a great concept to try and take away, and then obviously you want to start to create some daily accountability around that. So when you set your B, you'll have a whole bunch of do's. And your do's are what you want to track every single day. Did you go to the gym? Did you eat that green smoothie or drink that green smoothie that you wanted to have? Did you not go out? All those kind of things. So creating the structure around your daily life, what we call a process goal compared to an outcome goal, will be the massive shift. And I just want to show you this. This is my journal for the year. Sean actually got me this, which is really cool. And I've started that whole process. So every single day I reflect on what I'm trying to do. I then set out my day. So from 9 a.m. my day started, and I actually have tracked it all the way down to 7:30 p.m. when my day finishes. I've set out my purpose, my gratitude, and here is my daily accountability. And then I've got also my goals, what I want to achieve for the year. So really, really important that you do this every single day. And this has got a whole year's worth of content ready to go. So that is what I would do around your journaling if you've got the time, and you should create the time, because if those goals are important for you, then so is the journaling process. So once more, be to have, give it a go, and let us know what you make out of it. Cheers, guys.